But again, the only way to change this dominion, and we're specifically talking about these international bankers who are the descendants of Esau. They try to hide this from the masses of the earth, and especially from us. They try to make us think that they're Europeans, because many of them look European. But you have descendants of Esau who are darker than I am. Okay, they don't generally show you those descendants of Esau in media coverage, because basically all the media coverage we get is censored, unless you go to access stations of this nature or what have you. But again, we have to change that dominion, and the only way to do this, we have to turn to the Creator, and in doing so, which is already being done. And that, like I said on previous shows, that's why you have these tornadoes, these hurricanes, these tsunamis, these cyclones and typhoons and earthquakes, and you have all of these plagues. And here lately, we mentioned on previous show about the bees and the pollinators, the butterflies, are totally dissipating now. They can't be found. And this is from Yah. They're dying off. They're disappearing. Well, here's another one for you that we just found out about a month ago. The bats are disappearing now. Okay, and for people out there that don't know what bats do, bats eat insects. Okay, and if you don't have bats to rid the land of the insects, then the insects eat up the crops. Okay. And therefore the crops die off, they're eaten up by the insects, and people have no food to eat. Okay, so this is again more plagues, more destruction coming on the door of Babylon, the United States of America. And again, if you go into chapter 13, 14, and 47, Isaiah chapter 50 and 51, Jeremiah, and you read the book of Habakkuk, it's also talking about the destruction of the daughter of Babylon in the United States of America. And again, when people tell you, well, that's some of these people who are out here who supposed to be knowledgeable of the book, who have shows, they tell you, well, that's happened in the past with old Babylon. That's not true. When you understand history, okay, just like in chapter 50 and 51, Jeremiah, as well as chapter 47, 13, 14, 47, Isaiah, it specifically says that this daughter of Babylon, or Babylon, is going to be destroyed in its perfection in one day. All right. Well, this didn't happen with old Babylon. Okay. If you go and study history, if you're knowledgeable of history and have a grasp of it, you will know and understand that and it tells you this in the book of Daniel, that when the first Babylon fell under the Chaldeans, under Belshazzar, Darius, the Median, okay, was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans, and he was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans by Cyrus the great king. So that Babylon wasn't destroyed, it was just taken over. Okay, when you read these prophecies of in these chapters and in these prophetic books that I just mentioned, you will see that this Babylon that's talked about is going to be totally destroyed in one day in its perfection. Like I mentioned on the previous show, in chapter 47, Isaiah, in that last couple of verses, but specifically that last verse, Yah says that all the merchants who have been with thee from thy youth, okay, because America is a land of traffic, okay. When I mentioned that in Zechariah chapter 2, I made a mistake. It's not chapter 2, it's chapter 5, where it mentions the land of Shinar. When you look that up, it means the land of traffic, capitalism. Okay, and that's what America is, and that's what America has been. And it was entrepreneurs, okay, that set up America. Edomite entrepreneurs under the flags of France, under the flag of Britain, under the flag of Spain. Remember now, Christopher Columbus, his real name was Cristobal Colon. He was an Edomite. That whole trip was financed by Edomite merchants. So America was set up, okay, again, like I mentioned on the previous show that we did back in April of 2008, it's a Frankenstein monster. It was created by the international bankers and the British monarchy to look like it was a separate entity. But in actuality, it's a controlled monster that they use to batter the nations and to suck up all of the natural resources of the earth and to make America carry the weight of these demonic actions and satanic actions, but in actuality, it's controlled by them, by Dr. Frankenstein, okay? And now what we are seeing is Dr. Frankenstein is going to, in the near future, he's going to align himself, and he's already done this to a great extent. He's going to align himself with the nations that America has beaten down, okay? And he's going to align himself with those nations to come back and destroy America, just like in the movie Frankenstein. The doctor created Frankenstein, but in the end, he was with the villagers that end up killing the monster. Okay, it's all smoke and mirrors. You know, they play the people, they scam the people, and again, the people are able to be played because they lack knowledge. Okay, and remember, wisdom and knowledge are the key and the stability to these times. Chapter 33, Isaiah. So this is why we do these shows, to put out this word. Hopefully, it will continue to burgeon, and I know it will, because that's the prophecy of it. Caucasians are calling. We have no problem with Europeans, okay? Because this is for everybody. We don't hate any nationality of people. We don't hate anybody. We just understand, okay? And when you understand, that elevates it to its highest level. That takes it out of the realm of love and hate. It's not about love. It's not about hate. It's about understanding. And from having this understanding and hopefully wisdom, then you can have love for the things that you should have love for. And you hate not people, but you hate the ways that people exhibit